Chancellor Sir Dr. R.L. Raina and our Director Sir Dr. Sanjay Goel. Now, I would also like to welcome somebody who we all have gathered here for today, and that is Mr. Dilip Mukherjee.
Banerjee.
Many of you people, Banerjee, Mr. Dilip Banerjee, many of you people might have already heard of him. He's the man with the camera flung over his shoulder. This photographer walks a lonely road, seeking unseen images of life and unrecorded emotions. He walks a different path. You would be surprised to know he's never had a formal education in photography. And most of his learnings actually have come from observations in his life. He happens to be the first Indian photojournalist to actually cover the war of Afghanistan, which is a very dangerous adventure in itself. In fact, all of us have gathered here today to listen to hopefully listen to some of these experiences if he shares them with us. And obviously, we are here to know different things about photography since we all love photography. Thank you, sir. I will please, Dilip Banerjee, sir, say some.
I'll just use a minute or two of sharing with this wonderful audience our association with Dilip Banerjee, right? And Nishan, you have very aptly described him, but I can tell you, and I can use this opportunity to tell everybody in this meeting. We are 124 as of now. That whatever little I know of Mr. Dilip Banerjee is volumes about what he does in this fascinating world of creativity, photography, and whatnot, right? Can you believe me? You will have to, because I gave him a small little work to prepare a film on our university. It was not certainly pandemic at that point in time. The weather was different, the situation was different, students were in different settings, and everything was not congenial to make that film, which Dilip would agree. Because when you are doing a film of 5 to 7 minutes, capturing the life and times of that university, to tell anybody and everybody what is there in it for them, so it was a task by itself. But the way he understood what we were looking at from the film, the way he put his team here and worked on it day and night, and ultimately gave us in a record time, a small little film. I can only tell you, if he takes upon something, he takes upon it very seriously, and with the kind of person he is, right from basics to the advanced level, you will get to know from this huge write-up that has been put for display for all of us. He is a person to really, each and every one of us in this meeting would love to listen to. And as Nishan was saying, hopefully he will share with us those moments in which he had to capture those, events of that film, or many such kinds of things, because most of the things, the way I interacted with him, have been extraordinary. So what does he do? How does he do? And what it takes him to bring out something which is really worth every member in the audience to take a look at it. Yes, we are not teaching here you per se management, engineering, design, technology, but we are teaching you all of that through a session of this kind, right? You got a glimpse, this Nishan is just some days with the university. So these kinds of interactions are planned, organized, conceived, designed, delivered by students. That is another part of helping our students to get groomed the way the society, the way the industry ultimately looks for. So with these few words, once again, extending a very hearty welcome to Dilip ji for having agreed to spare his valuable time to interact with us and expose our faculty and students to the fascinating world of work that you have been doing for years and decades. So interestingly, so creatively, so amazingly. Over to you, Nishan, for further.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Dilip Banerjee, sir, would you like to say something about your experiences? How was it in Afghanistan when you covered it? I have read on the internet that I've read that there were a lot of bombings and it was really dangerous. I even saw the picture that you clicked of the girl with the gun. And what would you say about that?
Yeah, yeah.
See that I think that we can start to one by one the photographs and the story behind that, and then later on we can go for the question answer kind of thing, and that is going to be the better. I must thank you, JKLU, give this opportunity. Also, the Honorable Vice Chancellor, and of course my friend, the Mr. Goel, Director of IIT. And so now we can start this thing. And photography is a world photography, but the entire world with the photography, something like is a kind of, some people are working on this field in the passion as well as the profession. So, and there is nowadays, because of the technology development and all, it is a lot of area which people are exploring, specially the niche market, what is called a niche market. Like the look at the magazine and newspaper, go back to 20 or 30 years back. There is no offset technology, the kind of thing, printing facility and all. And also the technologically camera also, it was very, film camera, then go for process, then go for kind of color correction and all. So now the digital, things is the kind of open the entire, for the entire people in the world to basically focus and autofocus the kind of system that people can take the picture, the basic sense. But we are in the professional photographer, that is the kind of thing is that we have to know a lot of other things. Going for an assignment, reading some the kind of subject which I'm going for, why I'm going for, going to the places, I have to prepare myself, whether how much is the danger, it is not the adventure, how much is the danger, how do I protect myself, and the different area like politician and the common people and the child labor and so many areas are there. So now I start with the kind of looks like the labor. This is a very primitive the coal mines in Dhanbad. So you can see the picture, and the thing is just a minute. Let me. This is just a minute here. Yeah. So this is the coal mines, and look at his eyes and the kind of some sort of anger because of the kind of the lifestyle and all. And it was very primitive kind of mines. Then I went to the under mines, and so people, how the people work in this kind of situation. People has they can still remember Chasnala disaster and all. So now, of course, this is how high technological. There is not underground coal mines. Now it's open. Maximum coal mines the mines are going to be open, so that the risk of labor is going to be work, and there is much more less. So next I'm going to this is phase 2. This is Afghanistan. So you can see the thing is, guys, a rocket launcher. This is the Northern Alliance. Northern Alliance is the kind of the anti-Taliban and conflict. The year I traveled there, 2001, after 9/11 September, and I was there for a month. So we are all the 5 people all together. There is a Times of India, there is a kind of NDTV, us, myself, and this is my colleague. This is all these people are there, and we travel around the kind of entire Afghanistan, one place, southern place, northern to South Afghanistan. It was I can say there is a the goalie, there's a kind of bullet coming, so when and guy coming towards the kind of like that. It's not like that, but you might be victim in the kind of this kind of field, because there is a lots of kind of the mines. They are in the field, and you have to be very careful to walk around, and you have to go take that kind of initiative, the kind of the careful, and you cannot go like this and go and something. They know the route. How can drive down to go to that place, one place to another place, and then we can go to, and you look at the young. It's basically not much of old, so you can see the next. This is one of the picture. This is at the Hindon. You must have heard about the Hindon Air Base, and that is in Uttar Pradesh, close to Delhi, of course. Every year there is a kind of parade and other things, that air show and all sorts of this. But this is one of the picture. I don't know. This is not my credit to some extent. Only thing I was alert and tried to synchronize, and you can see the 5 legs were there, but there is a 3 people. So it looks like a magic, something like that. So you need some concentration. You need to kind of follow up. You need to see that how they are going to go to the parade and they are going to march around. So that is most important kind of thing. So that's what I can say. So we can go for another picture. This is on the crossroad. This is, you must have seen that is the kind of, they used to sign the kind of the chaku and churi and at home, and that is what I can see, that they're carrying that very old-fashioned kind of the machine and waiting to cross the road. So this is in Calcutta. This is in Calcutta. So I'm not saying the kind of year and the date, because no point wasting the time, and that's why I'm saying I hope it is okay. This is the next is there's a very, I got this, I think I'm very happy I can connect this picture. You look at these things, the Borog. Borog is the kind of, one of the oldest market in the London. And you see the kind of posture of the kind of background in the photographs. And you can see the one of the man sitting and over there having his lunch. So I'm really very impressed with this kind of. Then if it is not there in the background, I may not take the picture. So because of the whole thing attract me on the background, and the man is there with the kind of same fashion is sitting there. So this is I like this. I thought this picture is made my day. So that is, I really enjoy this. This is, everybody knows black and white. And recent times, what happened to entire the entire American, they raised their kind of voice, and for the one people killed, and it was brutally killed by the police. So that's, everybody knows this story. But this was I shoot in, I think 2000, quite long back, 2005, no, not 2015 in San Francisco. So that is down, remind me of the kind of apartheid, the attitude to the government or something like that. Not the white people is bad, because the government policy, a few people are definitely, there is the bad people. So this is what happened now. So this is again this is a very beautiful picture in the sense, it's like the flower petals, that is like that. So this is basically the boat parking. Every evening they come back, once the service is over, they put it like this, and the kind of this entire. So it's a kind of, I think it's a kind of graphics. It looks like that, and putting all the boats together. And there's a lot of people sleep there over the night, and this thing, what they call it, the boatman. This is in Bangladesh. This is 2016. This is the Bonda. It is there. While I took this picture, there was, primitive, I can say. They couldn't know how to agriculture, this thing. They don't know to wearing clothes properly. you can see the kind of the trinkets they putting up there on the body in the some on the bodies over the body, but still they are very primitive. The kind of archaeological survey there is very the finger you can count them as a kind of not much. So the archaeological survey is going to protect them, and they put them food, give the food to them, and kind of try to train them in agriculture and other areas. This is the Khiva. This is one of the oldest city. It's like 10,000-15,000 years back. The oldest city is the Khiva. Khiva was in Uzbekistan, but this is the particular this city itself. During Genghis Khan, they try to destroy, but now they're actually the city is taken over by UNESCO. It's a very good, beautiful place to travel area. This is a Central Asia. Myself and my friend, we are all did a kind of project and traveling to basically the Uzbekistan, Tajikistan, Kyrgyzstan, Kazakhstan, all the Central Asia, particularly Silk Route. That's what we try to do that, and we have already done, and we have only left over the Turkmenistan. So that is the one country that I'll have to we have to go. So now that I come to this another page, the child labor. Talking about the child labor is Bangladesh. So it is a huge. The latest census is that I can tell you the kind of, it is something like 4.7 million in Bangladesh. And this is in Chattogram. They're carrying fish, and you can see the winter time, and there is a water, dropping to his head and kind of thing. So it was there is a 4.7 million the child according to the census, and but look at this, no less than in India. India also having the same. But I want to tell you that one thing, that this is who will take care of these children? Nobody. Even the parents cannot afford. So why can't the government take this, the effort to give them the food or the kind of education or the kind of whatever, the skill development and all. But unfortunately, this is the number is growing and growing and growing. This is in India, even in the Bangladesh. India having the 10 million child labor. Out of that, 80% is basically they are going to either in the urban area and the other area and the village and all, and different kind of work they do. So that's why I'm telling. I have given the kind of head, the heading. That's a camera and this thing. That is that I mentioned, given this thing, and my
viewpoint.
Viewpoint, yes. Viewpoint. So viewpoint means I, being a person, I'm a photographer, I'm a human being, I contribute to media, and I look around the place, which the kind of, everything is not a kind of bad, something like that. But there is some kind of issues which I have to respond. That's why I'm saying this is that. And next is, look at this, another work is a child labor, child marriage. So this is because of a superstition. The parents thought earlier they have two girls' child is there. She somehow, whatever the kind of reason, there's a diet. So now they decide, both the family decide that child marriage, if she married to somebody, so then he can, the uska surname is going to change, so that the child can be saved. So that is the reason. The reason that all this kind of superstition in Indian, either in the city and the village, is really very badly, even till today. Today is the technology, science, and everything. Nothing can stop this kind of superstition. So this is It was a really kind of story which I wanted to do the documentary. But the girl now is a kind of that she graduated from the university and then to doing her life very well with the husband, not this husband, married to school teacher, and of course she is happy now. So I stopped doing documentary. Make no sense is basically she is already tolerate a lot of insult from the village people and other things. So next thing is this is the Pamir. Pamir is one of the areas the Central Asia route to Suftra, but it was a very dangerous route in a UN Sun camp. This is a kind of lot of people came to through this, but it is a dangerous route. It was never used as a Silk route, but this is the route. This during that time, people used to come from the Al-Biruni and other people has come to this route in Asian countries and all. So this is, but this the Tajikistan particularly you have noticed is a very Aryan feature. You can see their kind of feature and something, this thing. It's a very Aryan feature. But if you are going to Kyrgyzstan and the Kazakhstan, then slowly it is coming to the kind of Mongolian feature. And they are not that they are originally from there. They migrated all the different time. And it was, everybody knows in the kind of during the Russian time. But their average education thing is much more better than whatever the average in India. That much I can say. Even the Communist Party is not there, but the education system is very good. So this is one. It's like I was fishing in the sense that basically the police take the bribe. So this is the story behind that. I saw that a lot of things are happening. So one day I go back to this place, and this is every day is happening. So I have try and find out the location where I can go and see, and I can camouflage myself so that the policeman can see me. So I just opposite to this road. There is a kind of the building. I managed to go there, and I sat in the baranda there over there. So I waited for 2.5 hours, even not more. So this man, particularly police, he is going this side, that side. He is not coming into my range, which I can take the picture properly. And luckily, I have got the picture with the eyes. I've given the caption for this picture is this is the eyewitness, and it was a page 1 lead, this thing, 4-column lead picture in the Bengali Daily. It was after that lot of investigation and the kind of thing has happened. And during that time, Jyoti Basu was the chief minister. So she took the initiative to this kind of corruption should be happen and all. So, but it is not happened till today. So that is there. So next is this is towering, image for me. Everybody is a Kshatriya's Ray. So actually, there is a kind of the premiere show, a Kshatriya's Ray's film, the Shadgoti. I was there. I also saw the picture. Then I being a photographer, so I think that I follow him. So then I wanted to take his picture, and I was follow him. Then suddenly, he give me the scope to take his picture. So he just look at my camera, look at me, and waited for seconds. So I took this picture. So I feel very proud myself. Yeah, I can take a picture of this Kshatriya's Ray worldwide. He is a man, towering personality. So this is my story about this Kshatriya's Ray. This is Afghanistan. Again, during the Taliban time, the Taliban, what they did, they stopped any kind of entertainment or any kind of all sorts of this, like you cannot take any page, birds and dog and anything. So you can sing, or there is no kind of cinema you can see. Then the kind of all the girls should be the Pardana Shin there. She cannot go on the street alone. Either she has somebody with the husband or the another girl with that accompanied by. So it was a completely very Tanashai kind of situation. So this is the time, that is 2001, 2002. I went back to Afghanistan 2002. Then I saw this is the area which is the market is open. Then this is called Bard Street. So I can see that there is already Bard back, and the people are going to, they're basically asking the price, and they are going to go to the kind of pet, what they love actually, dog and then the kind of pigeon or the different kind of birds and all. So that is another thing has been changed, that basically after Taliban goes. This is the girl child, and she's almost like orphan. So because that we cross over we actually enter Afghanistan from this thing, Tajikistan border, and there is a river called Amu Darya. It is a very famous historical river. So we cross over the 12 o'clock in the night, and then there is Northern Alliance. They arranged for our stay over there, that place called Khojabauddin. So we stayed there 4 or 5 days. They used to provide our food and the bread, the typical bread on the kind of that gold bread, and the cream and some sorts of these things that we used to eat. And then every day I just noticed there is this child during the time of when we take the food and all. She wait over there, and you just see the picture basically that then what actually do that I used to give, but our friends also used to give some food which they can carry to her home. Also she can eat something, because the father has gone to the work, then the mother, she don't know where has gone. So this is the kind of the situation. I can entire Khojabauddin like this. So the child has nobody's responsibility. So that is it. The old lady, she actually does carry the vegetable to the market, and she pulls the rickshaw is basically. So, but look at this. I got a chance to take one picture. I was sitting in the car opposite to then across the road. So I think that so much of confidence, so much of life. Still, she must be around 70 years old or something, maybe more than that. But she don't care. She's just taking breaks, having a bidi. Bidi means tobacco. There's a myth called this a bidi, local, and that's what It is my very favorite. This thing that this picture was sold by 60,000 rupees. That one while my exhibition was there in the Bombay and Delhi. This is, I must say, because it's not the money, it's the recognition in my car. What? This is Kumatuli, and it looks like mask. I know this is the right time which I can display. And Kumatuli is more than 100 years old. The kind of Kumatuli is the place. Anybody can go during the puja time while they make all these puzzles. So they will enjoy. This is a very, very lovely place, and you can see a lot of work. People are busy and doing. And Calcutta is that I consider as a festival. This is people are going for puja and all these things, but more than that, that is a festival. It's like carnival or something like that. This is every year. All the kind of, whether it is a Bengali or the kind of the Hindu or the kind of Muslim or the kind of Bengali or not Bengali, they are all there in Calcutta too. Either in traveling over there, all the kind of peoples over there, they enjoy this festival, no doubt. I have, because of working in the media, so I have worked on the kind of conflict and as well as the kind of the war. So this is most of the area. Northeast was the kind of area which they never, after independence or the pro-independence time, they started doing kind of insurgency kind of activity. And they are not taking any initiative by the government during that time, unfortunately. So now they are coming to the mainstream. Basically, they are coming to they're basically coming to, I can't see anybody, I'm going way back to 70s or the 80s. Hardly any people come from Northeast. They used to scare, they used to think that society is we cannot match. But now that you can see that people are coming, they are either JNU or the kind of any college, Calcutta University, or the people they are coming. And now they are slowly coming into the mainstream. So this is one of the insurgents. And I travel with the insurgents, with my reporter colleague. And I went to the kind of, that is the United National Liberation Front. There's a Manipur insurgent. You can see the AK-47 is there and all. So that I spent 2 days, I think 3 days altogether. And it was both sides of the story. That is, one side is the army, one side is the insurgents, the kind of, I think this is the kind of story should be. If you are talking about the story, whatever shape is a criminal or something, but you have the other side of the story. So this is one of the area which I covered in Northeast from, I think, 1995 to still I'm keep on going. So this is 1998. This is the Myanmar, the children, you can see welcoming us, they're going there. The thing is that this is now it is 2000 years, the kind of religious period there. They are all over the place. And unfortunately, Myanmar is a very poor country. And what their parents basically, what they do is that put them in the kind of all this, the kind of area where the mandir or whatever you can say is the kind. So monk, they grown up. And the grown up is like, whenever they say this different kind of people, they enjoy. But slowly their this kind of childish things are completely out of their thing, because they are very regimented and very disciplined, has to maintain. So the child life is gone. So that is what I noticed in this place. This is one of the latest 2020, the COVID. This fellow, I asked him how much going to you work now, where is he going to go? He said this is a Kumbhalgarh, and I met him there in the expressway, middle of expressway from Noida. And I was thinking, how can he go and work? This is during the long back, even Sang and they used to go and work without, there's no transport, nothing. But how do you know? All the transporters stop, there's nothing. They have to go back. And then that they cannot have any kind of food and eat over there. Also that Badiwala, the kind of the house, the owner, they are throwing out the people who are out of their house because they can't give the rent and all. So anyway, we can see their tiredness. They already worked for 50 kilometers in this thing. And the child also, you look at this, how he's carrying. It's a very, very, very bad time for everybody of us. No job, nothing. Everything is very bad situation. Education, everything is collapsed. So this is, I did a lot of work on this, but now this, I think this is one of the picture I can display. This is Mother Teresa. You can see the kind of multiple exposure of this kind of picture. And Mother Teresa worldwide, worldwide kind of way. This is a humanitarian ground, and she does a lot of work among the children and the girls also. This is. See, today's the Hathras case. I really am thinking, where is this lady? She was a very heavyweight this lady, and they're praying to her. Is basically they're pranam kar rahe hain. So much of respect. Today, one after another, Dalit is going to be butchered. They're killed. The girls are raped. Nobody is raising from the Dalit side. They took this issue to a massive level. But why? This kind of leader is not coming out on the road. And this is from the particular her community. I don't know. This is what I said is basically my view. This is what being a human being, I express my view with the picture and all. This is Pamir again. Pamir is basically carpet. Everybody wash carpet in the weekend or 15 days. They've given all this on the this thing, sunlight to dry. But it looks, I think it's a very good looking kind of this thing landscape, because there is a carpet over there. This is everybody is using that because of heavy winter. There is all over the snow during the winter, and the landscape behind the kind of another area. It mix of both. This is the Afghanistan again. This is the Burkhawala gun. So they themselves, for their own protect, they are carrying the gun during that time. This is very unique. It is a fleeting moment. So all the old people together talking, but in the working life, there is no parking. That's what I like it. This picture, simple. Working life, no parking, but they are all together. They're talking about good days, bad days, and all. This is Sudan. So Sudan is a very, very sad country. What I can see, this is that 1983 to 2005. This is one of the latest conflict for 22 years, and this is because of reason is the north and south. This is the South Sudan. Is basically they are like African, basically part of this thing. And if we're talking about the North Sudan, they are from the Arabs. So there is a huge conflict. One is to take power from the another, and particularly the Arabs people, they are trying to get over this area, because this is the fruit bowl, that is the Nile River, where the South Sudan, the South Sudan, the African people, they are similarity kind of, they are living over there. They are originally grown up from there. So these are the conflicts, and there is going on for years together. Syria, I went to 2010 and 2014. This conflict also, it is going on from 2011. It is nearly almost like decade. And 2014, I was invited as is the kind of what is that called? Is a kind of from of course is the ruler side to see how the election is conduct. So that I saw that this thing, the kind of destroyed all the places, and also the kind of people killed, so many people killed, and there is a lot of the site of from like Russia is always the site of this thing, and the Syria, and the other side is America, and the other people support. So this is what happening all the time. This is the conflict is going on. Now I think little bit in the better, but it still is not the completely end. We're talking about the young Indian. We're talking about the young Indian is basically that is very fine. We have the maximum the kind of today's maximum young Indian young. But what about them? What about the job? What about the education? What is going on? So I think that we should think of it, and when everybody think of it, everybody demand for this thing, education and other thing, job. I don't know what happened is going to the future. So like Mukhopadhyay is they're starting now in the JKLU. So he should see the kind of future, how how we can, see the future today. If you look at this today's situation. So I think this is the last that is over, and I'm inviting if anybody is to question answer, well, whatever you decide, I am here and you let me know. I I don't know how much I have done, basically.
Such an interesting talk. The time flies. So you're welcome to proceed.
Yes, sir. Sir, students have some questions to ask.
Yeah.
So the first question is, what influenced you to diverge into photography?
Yeah, this is because that I have always the kind of very visual narrative. I was always thinking of myself, how can I can do it, either it's the cartoon or the painting or the photographs. So I know that I have no talent. I have to practice, I have to develop the skill. And the photography is the area which I can try with the passion. I started with the passion, and later on I earned the kind of skill over the years together. So still today, I am learning myself. I am going to go for the shooting here and there, whatever this thing, and also that this is what I managed to skill myself and done a lot of work on the number one medias and all these places.
Thank you, sir. So the next question is, what is the difference between GIMP and Adobe Photoshop?
What?
What is the difference between GIMP and Photoshop, Adobe Photoshop?
I have no idea. I have never gone to this Adobe photography and the GIMP thing. I know that photography is a kind of one of the areas is communication. The people have given different kind of name on the platform, so that is one of the things. But I think this is basically this is the communication, very vital communication today's world, because newspaper without photographs you can't do anything. Any area. Suppose you need some documentation or the kind of everything. So any place you go, you need a photograph. That's a document, vital documentation. A newspaper cannot run, or the kind of fashion or the kind of everything cannot run with the. You can promote the kind of the shop, or you can promote your product. You have to do some kind of advertising this thing on the photographs itself. You can see all over the place in the photographs.
Okay, sir. Sir, there's a question from a student. So the question is, has it ever happened that you have captured a photograph for the intention of capturing the history and the events of the time you were present there?
Yeah, that is there. Now, they basically suppose I'm taking the picture, is basically I'm talking there's a history in the sense, because most of the time I have worked for the media. So my thing is the history in the child marriage. This is a history. The thing is that while the CPM was there in the power, and they are all invited to go and have the lunch with the kind of this thing. And this is the kind of, we consider is the kind of the liberal, or the kind of, they don't suffer in the superstition and all. But this is that the party also not a prepared, because it was in the village. And this became the history. Because the chief minister has a kind of called the people, they went to the jail, all these things have happened. It was a really the history of my life, basically.
Okay, sir. So another question. There is a lot of debate about which camera to use, full frame or mirrorless. Which one do you prefer? Why and for what occasions?
See, I have 8 camera altogether. Out of that, the 8 camera means it's a 6 Nikon, and now I'm shifting to Fuji film. So I have bought 2 camera and then the accessories. What I can understand is basically it gives you the filmy, the kind of this thing, the kind of flavor. So what I can say is, and also there is no the kind of mirror in between, so that vibration has less. But one thing I must say, that this is very, it's not a hardy like what I feel today. hardly like the Nikon camera, the Canon camera. You can go to the crowd and you can go to the kind of places. But this is Nikon. I have started using last 2 years. This is a Fuji camera. It is, I think it's a beautiful color. Color saturation is fantastic, and you have to do very small work, but it's a no doubt. And also the kind of is a color latitude that if you go by, and the film work-wise, this is exactly correct. Like the Fuji Chrome or the kind of the other kind of film. So this is the kind of Asana and a bit different kind of film Fuji has. And there is a completely the right correct of this thing. You have to do in the only the little bit of correction. But again, I am telling, if you are going to the very professional, rough, tough professional, you should go for Nikon or the Canon. But if you really carefully doing some project work, like I am not into the media now. So what I'll do is I'll do some project. So I'm doing some project. Calcutta, I'm doing some project. Central Asia, I'm doing some project. This is what I'm doing. So I am going to use this camera. I think this is going to the quality, and other thing is going to be much more better.
Okay, thank you, sir. And sir, one last question. Sir, how did you get your first exhibition and how was that? How did it feel?
Okay, so my first exhibition was by contribute to particular one of the theme, that is a kind of work on the girl, basically the women is a god. So this was initiated by one of the art lover, that lady, and I was in India Today then. Then I contribute some pictures, couple of pictures. One is of course is a Mayavati was there. Another was another picture I can't remember. These two pictures, and they have taken a lot of pictures from the other photographers. And it was happened to be this exhibition in the Paris, the US, and different places. And then I have done one of the solo this thing, and Barclay, that is in the US, Barclay. That is the South Asian Studies. They invite me to go and kind of do the exhibition. And then I have done a lot of exhibition, like London last year I have done exhibition. And then of course the exhibition I have done, that is, I spend my own money, There is very difficult to get some sponsorship. So there is one or two for the exhibition I have done in the kinds of sponsorship. Otherwise, there is not much of sponsorship. If you go in for a group exhibition, maybe you can manage. But individual exhibition nowadays is very difficult. But I can't say it is not possible. It is possible that you have to try and find out. But you have to be ready for that. If somebody is not going to give, you can start your own exhibition, and that is the challenge. That is the challenge.
Chan, there's one more question from Palal, and that will actually answer the question that you asked him in the beginning regarding Afghan war. You can ask that. He's a design student. Dilip sir, when the session started, he sent a photograph of yours with him when you visited our campus. So his question was, Nishant, can you take that question of Paras Bhargav?
Yes, sir.
It's a big question, but at the end the lines are written. So I'll read. So his question is, sir, as you click the photographs of the Afghan war and something else, he has asked, has it ever happened that you have captured a photograph for the intention of capturing the history and the events of the time you were present there? It is more related to Afghanistan war and Gulf war times.
Yeah, you like Afghanistan, the place that I traveled, but I suddenly noticed that the women carrying the gun, you never see that any other kind of these photographs and all. And this is the time. Where is the time? Everywhere there is a bombing, US bombing by all the places. And Northern Alliance, they are supporting on the ground. And slowly that Taliban is going back to the kind of either crossing the other country or something like that. They are going to a very, very hell situation. And during that time, I think this picture is a kind of, like you must have seen this Steve McCurry's picture, the girl running with the blue eyes and something like that. I'm not comparing with that kind of level, because I went back to next year to find out that girl, to where is she is. But because they have completely different places they have gone. This was the kind of the Sharanarthi Shibir jo bolta hai, refugee camp. They came different place and concentrated particularly one of the under the guard of the Northern Alliance. So this is the kind of time. So this time that nobody has, this you never see that kind of picture any other. This is the cover of the India Today magazine. So it's when I was working in this India Today, of course. So that is, I think there is a lot of event. I'm lucky. I'm very, very. I don't say lucky. I'm very, very happy. This profession, and actually, lot of experience, lot of people you can meet, lot of you can see, lot of things. So that is what gives you the kind of experience, and you are, your view and all these things is basically you can gather a lot of things. Now I am very content myself. I'm very happy. So let's see the coming days what I can do in that. But I must say that at the end, I have got a lot of love from the JKLU, especially the you people. You have done this thing, which I really I enjoy, and hope I will have a contact and touch with all these people, and stay well.
Thank you, sir. Your story is really inspiring.
Okay.
Sir, I would request our director, sir, Sanjay Goel, sir, to say a few words.
Okay.
Thank you, Nishant. Dilip, it was wonderful presentation. I enjoyed this thoroughly, and they say a picture is worth 1,000 words, and we saw some 30 pictures, and 30 pictures, and each coming with a story, and which are possibly even forgotten now, and you brought those stories and those memories to the elder generation, and opened that as an area of inquiry for the younger generation. Okay, this is very, very important. And as a sensitive photographer that you are, you showed the conflicts, not only the war conflicts but also the societal conflicts. You showed culture, you showed people, you showed a variety of the aspects of the life, and that was really very enriching. And we hope to continue to enjoy more of your visuals, more of your photographs in future. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sanjay. We'll be in touch. And I think that JK will be doing also very well during this. So we'll be in touch. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you everybody. Yeah, you are Mukherjee. What Mukherjee? Umesh.
Nishan Mukhopadhyay.
Nishan Mukhopadhyay. Okay. Good. So what are you doing? Which class you are studying now?
Sir, I am a fresher. I just joined JK Lakshmipat University in the BTech batch.
Okay. Dr. Raina, I think wants to say something.
No, I just said Nishan has thought, been picked up so that he is able to develop that chord with Dilip. This is a thought of Sanjay ji.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
It's a pleasure. Thank you so very much for sparing your precious time with us. And again, amazingly taking us to the amazing world of photography and creativity all over. Thank you so much. I see Mukul sir having joined us.
Sina is my good friend, also his teacher. This is the Sanjay.
I can. My teacher.
Hi, Mukul.
Yeah, I will make one comment about Dilip. Okay.
Of course.
If to all younger friends, see, Dilip by nature is he is very good in capturing human emotions. Okay. Whether he realizes it or not, since I'm elder to him and I'm his friend for more than 20 years, 30 years, I don't know. But I know he just, as you earlier he introduced himself, that he is in a visual narrative, like you people were asking about the history. He
Okay,
doesn't look at the history.
You were asking.
Emotions, it's a human emotion, and many times you'll find in the conflict zone is a human emotion of a different kind. So whenever there is a conflict area, suddenly you will find Dilip somehow manages it, reaches there without caring for his family or life and his own life. We only know later that
he was into this.
he has gone to Afghanistan and all those things. So anyway, I'm just saying that human emotion is the main thing. Whether he goes to Kumargadi, everywhere, human suddenly captures it, different time. So because in India nowadays we are becoming a less and less human, or we are getting dehumanized because of capitalism and all those things like that. So that's why he always raises the questions by his photograph. And I know that I like only from that angle.
Mukul sir, I agree no less. I agree no less with what you said. Because if you see all the pictures, many of the pictures, I won't say all of them, many of the pictures he showed us, you know, that element of emotion was oozing from each and every picture. You know, otherwise, he is not showing us 303, he's not showing us those pistols. He is showing us, you know, in those tough, trying and difficult, uncertain situations, what is the emotion? And that oozes. That is what I enjoyed as the beauty of his photography.
Yes.
Thank you, Mukul. Thank you, sir. Everybody.
Thank you.
I'm so
Right.
happy.
Right.
I'm so happy.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
Okay,
you,
Mukul.
Dilip.
We'll see. Yeah. Okay.
So there is one student, Burhanuddin Bola. He's in charge of our photography club. So he was raising a hand and he was wanting to ask something from you. Since he's in charge of photography
Yes,
club, I thought of we should take his question. Yeah. Burhanuddin?
Hello.
Hello.
Ah,
Good afternoon, sir.
good afternoon. How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine, sir. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Yeah.
Okay, so sir, I just have one question that at that time it was like really difficult to cover such conflicts with such huge cameras because phone have come in trend from past 15 to 20 years, and at that time only big lenses and big cameras were available. So how did you manage to capture such images so closely and with hiding your cameras? Like every time, maybe it's not possible that you always get permission to click picture. Sometimes you have
No,
to.
I understand. You know, this is the kind of profession, something, the where I get in, the basically I got in. It was like, I'll tell you a very small story. say एक सरदार जी मेरा साथ में खड़ा हुआ था, तो एक बच्चा पुकुर में डूब जा रहा है, तो सरदार जी जाके उसको लेके आया पानी से, तो उसको प्राइज देना है, बड़ी का प्राइज।
I think
तो वो बोल रहा है नो एक्चुअली जो मेरे को धक्का मार के पानी में गिर दिया था, उसको हम ढूंढ रहे हैं, प्राइस तो उसको ही मिल रहा है, हम थोड़ी जाता इसमें। Like this, there is a kind of profession once you get in, and you never know where to go and where not to go. There is no choice. Number one. Number two is that kind of you have to be very passionate in any assignment, any kind of work. So that is, and the risk factor is there. The risk factor is there. ऐसा बात नहीं है आके वो गुलगप्पो हम बोल देंगे, ऐसा नहीं है. Because the risk is risk. This is the no this and that. Either you completely you might kill any encounter, otherwise you are पूरा ये लेके आ रहे हैं, कोई ऐसा कोई नहीं है. There's a mind. Can you imagine? There is more than 60,000 people. The year I was there got killed, and they lose their leg and hand. They're from the mines itself. Then I went back to the 2002 for the demining the entire Afghanistan. I went to Sri Lanka. There is a full of mines. Bosnia is one of the places full of mines. I never go to Bosnia, but I went to 95 in the Sri Lanka and then to this thing, Afghanistan. And I've been to Afghanistan so many times. 2001, 2002, 2005, 2009, 2011, 12, so many times. So I might go to again, I don't know. This is basically because somehow I like that place. People are so nice. And why they keep on fighting among themselves, I don't know. This is what, is called a power hungry people over there. That is, few people, something like that.
Thank you, sir. Thanks.
I would like to ask one last question. There is a question. So we actually, all of us would want to know the
Hello?
answer to this question.
Huh.
So, sir, the question is, what was the first point at which you thought that pictures were more powerful than words?
Come again.
What was the first point which made you think that pictures were more powerful than words?
Hey, I don't understand. Picture move.
Pictures are more powerful than words.
Yes, that is all there. Like look at this, the police taking the bribe. That anybody can write the bribe and there's a corruption, but they cannot show you the kind of corruption. This is the document, and this, nobody can deny this thing. There is a conflict. Suppose you are killing somebody over there in the spot, and you can take the picture. Nobody can deny this fact. So all these things are basically like my work is basically, I'm telling you, the practically, I tell you the story. The thing is that I was traveling by bus from Berhampur to Kolkata. So I was reading a book. I'm traveling by bus. Suddenly I saw shouting the lady, "Humko chhod do, aaj chhod do, mera bimar hai ghar mein." They said, no, you come, the OC wants to see you. So basically then the man, what he has done, usko, the girl, everybody in the bus, usko aise lipat ke, usko खींच रहा है. So everybody is there in the bus and it was very odd. Then what I did, I take out my camera, simple. I take a one shot and I sat down quietly. Then जब वो उसको लेके नीचे उतर गया बस से नीचे, सबको हम पूछा, कंडक्टर ड्राइवर सबको पूछा ये क्या हो रहा है. बोले एक्चुअली ये स्मगलिंग चलता है, तो यहाँ पे वो चाल स्मगलिंग करते हैं. वेरी पुअर पीपल, तो इसको लिए उसको देना पड़ता है थाना में, पुलिस थाने में होगा, तो इसलिए उसको खींच के लेके गया. तो उस दिन जाके, दैट वाज द 14th अगस्त, हम जाके मेरा न्यूज एडिटर को बोला, दिस इज द पिक्चर, प्लीज टेक इट फॉर 15 अगस्त, स्वाधीनता दिवस, प्लीज टेक इट. देयर इज अ ह्यूज आर्गुमेंट. देन आई थॉट इससे तो नहीं मेरा पास जाएगा नहीं है, वो नहीं है, ये कैसे लेंगे. देन suddenly in the morning I saw that picture is published, that is on page 5, not even the page 1. Then after that there is a reaction by the people itself. I have got at least 300 to 400 letters. You have done very good, shabas, all this kind of thing. Then that
रिकॉर्ड में आ जाते हैं ना, बाद में इनको पेज के क्वेश्चन से आंसर कर देंगे. क्वेश्चन एंड आंसर भी रिकॉर्ड में आ जाते हैं ना.
Then that picture was reprint, 8 column. That is the kind of the journalism, photojournalism. Then again that picture is reprint, that is the 5th column, 5 column, that picture. So this is the kind of work. See, somebody is looking for 10 to 5, मेरा duty है, हम चला जाएंगे. This is nothing but a kind of that the photographer himself. Entire day, some places, 25-kilometer walk during the monsoon. There's so many stories are there. This is my during my kind of work. That is again in the insurgency surrender. TNB surrender in the Agartala, Tripura. There is a heavy rain. Only you can walk. And the 25-kilometer I had to cross over the one river 11 times. So this is the story. If you ask me, this is the story like this. And that's what I feel that I have done. I'm very happy. I'm very content myself, this profession. I really am very happy. And come across so many people come across so many places. This really has scope.
Thank you, sir.
Nishan, we have lot many questions in Q&A. I request Dilip Banerjee sir that will send these questions to you on email. Few questions if you can answer on email.
Okay.
Because I'm seeing and
Sure.
I am taking queries on WhatsApp also. I'm having lot of many WhatsApp messages that please ask my questions. So they are desperate. So we'll send those questions to you, sir, and we'll have kind response from you. It's a message for audience also.
Sure.
Nishan, I think we should
Ah.
mention the name of Shivangi Shukla also here. Sir,
Yes, sir.
another BTech first year student, Shivangi Shukla. She's on the back, but she also worked very hard on this session. Nishan, over to you.
Yes, sir. She also created a presentation for you, which we were not able to show in this session. Hopefully, in the future sessions, we'll able to display the presentation that she created for you. It was a collection of all your pictures, and it was really beautifully done. And she has been helping me from yesterday when Umesh Gupta sir told us that you would be coming and we would be having a session with you. We have been working together, and she has been a great help too.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
I would like Shivangi to switch on her camera and maybe say something.
Yeah. Tell me.
Shivangi?
Not a problem, Nishan. Now we should conclude. There's no problem. We'll talk
Yes. Okay.
Thank you, sir, for coming
Who's
to our
coming?
webinar.
I
Thank you,
can
sir,
see.
for having a webinar with JKLU.
Yeah. Thank you.
It's
Thank you.
really a
Thank you.
pleasure.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Umesh. Umesh, thank
sir.
you.
I'm ending the session now. Thank you.
Thank you.